Hey guys, welcome back. I am doing this video for the second time because the first time I wasn't able to get myself on the screen and it was a 20-minute video, so I'm going to try and condense it a little bit this time. But today I want to show you the ad copy that every aesthetic practice or wellness practice needs in Q4 of 2025 and in 2026 that's going to get your Medspa booked out, and it actually is going to bring in converting paying clients, okay? So if you've been boosting posts or writing ads that look pretty but don't actually bring in bookings, this YouTube video is for you, and I'm breaking down the exact copy formula that books out my clients' aesthetic practices. And it's only 7 lines. It's super simple, and it's going to, you're going to see how it's going to grab your attention, build trust, show value, create urgency without sounding salesy in just 7 lines, okay? So if you run a Medspa, aesthetic clinic, or wellness practice, this is the framework you can plug your own offer into and start seeing results. So when I say your offer, I'm talking about your offer ads. So those are your bottom of funnel ads, and those are typically targeted to your warm audiences, sometimes to your cold audiences. I would do it to both to test to see which one brings in the most patients. Obviously, you're going to spend more per lead on your cold audiences than you will for your warm audiences. But I want you to know that if you're only going to run one ad, if you're a newer med spa, if you want to run ads, but you don't have the budget to hire an agency, you don't have the budget to run a full funnel campaign that's like $2,000 a month or more, this is the offer ad that you should run, okay? Now, I'm going to break it down line by line, and a really good example of this ad strategy is Boho Medspa. I don't know if you watch her videos. I actually found her on Instagram. She's like the queen of ASMR facials, and at first I actually really hated her content, and then like the more I watched her, the more I was like, man, you know what? I respect this because she clearly differentiated herself, and I think a lot of estheticians and facialists and all of these people now kind of follow her lead as it goes to like the ASMR facials. So she is, I'm using her as an example because she runs ads like this, and they are really well done. And this is the ad copy we actually have been using for years and years for the bottom of funnel ads, but she does a really good job with her ads. So take a look at her ads over in the Facebook ads library if you are interested. I'm not going to go through all that today, but I want to show you how to break your ad copy down in a really simple way that's going to get people to book with you, okay? So first line, first piece of your ad copy, this is what you're going to use to grab your ideal client's attention. Now this line is super important because it's going to determine whether they read the rest of the ad copy or they skim the rest of the ad copy, right? Obviously your video is important, your creative is important, your headline's important. All those pieces are important, of course, right? The objective that you choose. Those are all important pieces, but this first line is critical because it's going to determine, like I said, whether people are going to continue watching, okay? And I love in this first line to call out your local area, so your local town. So for like the sake of this example, I'm going to use our area, Attention Binghamton Beauties, okay? I'm in upstate New York, so that's one of our towns here. Or Hey Dallas area ladies, or Tampa wellness seekers, right? You want to call out the area, and if you can, weave in your specialty, right? Wellness seekers, if you're talking about, a wellness clinic, we actually have one in Tampa, one of our clients is, so I use that as an example. Or if you're like an esthetician in Dallas, I was up all night last night because I think I have an abscess in my tooth, which like is terrible, but I was up late last night and really early this morning, just like a sidebar to let you guys know. This, like I said, this is going to pull people in, grab people's attention. So you, like I said, you really need to call them out. And if you can weave in your specialty, absolutely do that. Now the second line, this is where you're going to inform them of the offer and the results that they can expect from the treatment. Okay. So you really want to take this line, think about it, put it into ChatGPT, have them kick out a few options, play with it. Don't take what ChatGPT says, like word for word. But basically you want to build authority in this line, right? And you want to get them to be motivated, right? And understand the results that they can expect. So something like book the treatment that has over 2,000 patients raving about, book the treatment that over 2,000 patients have been raving about, right? Experience our body contouring package that will have you back in your jeans from 2010. Okay, so it's kind of cheeky, it's kind of fun. You can also do something like book the Botox filler bundle that all of our clients are obsessed with. This treatment will have your lips looking plump and your skin looking like glass, right? So again, you want to really hone in on what the treatment is, build authority if you can. So like, how many clients are obsessed with it? How many people have booked it? And then, or something like, the treatment that has over 100 reviews on our Google site or something like that, right? And then, lean into the results that they can expect. So, having glass skin, have you looking like you're about to walk the red carpet every day or something like that, right? Okay. The third line, urgency, okay? My favorite thing for this third line is to say only 5 spots left, only 10 spots left, right? I like that because I think that's more urgent than, bundle ends October 31st, but whatever you want to lean into. But this really, you have to ask the question of like, why do they need to book right this second? What is going to get them off the fence from like thinking about booking to actually booking, and what's going to get them off the couch to go get their credit card? Okay. So I want you to think about that. And the fourth line also is going to be critical for that, for like what's going to get them off the fence and off the couch. Okay. So you really want to think about that. So the fourth line, you're going to deliver the value in the discount. You want to tell them what they're going to get from this bundle. And if you don't want to discount your services, because I have one client that like doesn't do any discount. She's a luxury med spa. She doesn't want to be seen as like a flash sales person, and that's fine. I have another client who loves a good flash sale and she'll run one every month. Okay. You can do either, whatever you're comfortable with. But if you don't like running flash sales and you find that it just brings in like discount shoppers, then what can you give them or bundle with this offer that doesn't cost much to you, but makes them feel like this is a VIP experience? Okay. So something like only $220 this month, normally $400, right? Or get $500 off if you're one of the first 5 people to book this service, or get $12 per unit and a free lip flip when you book this month. I have other clients that have included like an IV drip in their service because her staff can do that, right? So think of things that like don't cost you a lot, things that your staff can do. Maybe you can offer skincare or something like that with the treatment, or like a post-care kit or whatever that's going to feel like, okay, this is like the extra step. It's like luxury and it makes them want to book. Okay, the fifth line, you want to break down what they can expect. Okay, and I want you to do this in bullets because it's so much easier to skim. So here's an example of what this looks like. Includes 2 areas of fat freezing, normally $600. Free consultation body scan, normally $100. Complimentary lymphatic massage, normally $75. And then a post-care treatment kit. Okay, so what they can expect when they come and book this bundle. So include that in your ad. Okay, and then the 6th line, you're going to repeat everything that you just said. So what they're getting, the value or the discount, the urgency, and then again, you want to motivate them to take action, okay? And this line really is to reiterate again, like what you've already said, to build trust, to build excitement, and motivation to take action, okay? So example, book your Glow Revival facial for just $199 and save over 40% when you grab it through the link below, okay? And then finally, the 7th line, remind them of either the pain point or their desire and how you're here to support them, okay? How you are the expert to support them, okay? So something like, our team has helped hundreds of clients smooth, lift, and brighten their skin again. Or our team's here to help you love your skin. Tap below to get started. Or book with our team and we're here to help you through your wellness journey. We actually use that for one of our clients and it does really well. So that line is just to like boost everything you've already said. And then finally, your headline. So that if you're looking at the placement on Facebook, so a lot of times your headline will look different on different placements. Like on Instagram, it's going to look different versus on stories versus on Facebook. But when I'm talking about the headline, I'm talking about on Facebook, the copy that's bolded underneath your creative, that's your headline. And that's where you're going to have your call to action. And for this, I really like to tie in your offer, right? So if you can like name your offer, so something like, get your glass skin facial. I think Boho Medspa actually did that one. Something like claim your glass skin facial today or something like that. If you can tie in the results of the offer in the name of your offer, do that, okay? So something like get your youthful glow package when you book now or something like that. You want your headline to remind people of, you know, the call to action, but also the results that they're going to get and the name of the service or the type of the service, okay? So that is essentially the entire ad copy process of the offer ad, okay? I'm gonna just like zoom out here. If you want to screenshot this and it gives you more of an idea of everything. Now again, this isn't the only ad we run. This is one of many in our ads funnel, our proven ads funnel. So if you want to run this ad yourself, if you don't have the budget for an agency, if you don't have the budget for like a big full funnel client acquisition system, and you're just starting out, this is the one ad I would run. And I would break down your ad copy just like this. But if you are ready for something that's more high scale, that you're ready to scale your practice, if you're ready for a team that can take it on and you want to outsource ads, we can show you our ads process. You can book a discovery call, leave the link below, and I can walk you through what that would look like. But this is probably the ad that I would run in Q4 of 2025 and then through 2026 as your bottom of funnel ad. Obviously, you need to update it as time goes on, especially if you're saying things like, you know, only 5 spots available or only 10 spots available. You could say like only 5 spots available each week or something like that, or only 10 spots available this month. Because obviously like that could reset each week or each month. But you are going to have to update the copy and the creatives because ads do get fatigued. And that's something you'd want to watch, like your frequency in your ads manager. If this was helpful, please leave me a like and a comment below. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And I'd love to know what you think about all of this and if this was helpful. And like I said, if you are looking to hire an agency, schedule a discovery call with us and we can chat to see if it's a good fit. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.